Hey everyone, welcome to another version of Coach Mo Live. And I'm so excited to have one of our awesome clients, Anissa Nurnberger. Welcome to Coach Mo Live. Anissa came into our workshop several months ago and had a few breakthroughs, and not unlike many of our clients, but a little bit different of a story because she's had her own business for 30 years. And so her story and what she was able to accomplish through our 12-week kick-ass career workshop is awesome and unique because of her current situation. And we're going to dive into that. But folks, if you are not familiar with the work that we do, we help professional women up level from the inside out, bringing your soul back to life, resurrecting the best parts of you that sometimes get hidden or squashed by the workplace, by being a professional woman in the world. Let's face it, it's a bit of a tough road as a woman in the world and in the workplace. And Anissa's story is so special, so you'll want to lean in. If you want to book a call with us, it's mofall.com/talk. And Anissa, I am so excited to have you here. Welcome again, and tell folks what you do, because it's so unique and so different. And please feel free to plug in your company name and website, because I just love what you do.
Thanks for having me, Coach Mo.
Yeah.
My name is Anissa, and I am a stenographer. So if any of you have had any reason to be in a courtroom, or maybe you're watching a legal drama on TV, I've been watching The Lincoln Lawyer lately, which I really love. Anyone who's sitting there typing at a steno machine is a stenographer, is a court reporter, and that's something that I've done for 30 years. I started out, went to school to be a court reporter, and then decided to switch, and I did closed captioning for live television for 30 years and had a lot of fun traveling to Amazon and Facebook and really cool places and providing captioning for the deaf and hard of hearing. This is applause for the deaf community. So had a lot of fun doing that. And the career started out as a captioner, but then it kind of morphed into, I created a software product for my industry. And then it morphed again because I started teaching. And then it morphed again because there was another course that I needed to learn how to teach. And so it just kind of, it's been quite a ride through the 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were at a point when you booked your clarity call, you were at a point where, I don't know if burnout is the right word, but you weren't thriving to the level that you wanted to be thriving.
Exactly. I was probably, for the first time in my life, and I've never really used this word before, but I was depressed. I mean, I definitely I was in a funk. There's no doubt about it. And I couldn't figure out what was causing it, why it was happening. It was very strange because I'm a very positive person. I'm very optimistic. I'm very, go-getter, let's do it, and that kind of thing. And so to be kind of in this very uncomfortable place was not a lot of fun. And so when I booked my clarity call and talked with a member of Coach Mo's team, she was really helpful in helping me kind of dissect what was it that was kind of triggering where I was at the time. And at the end of the clarity call, I immediately decided to sign up with Coach Mo, because literally I thought, I have to do something here. And I know that it's in me. I know it's not out there. I know that much. It's here.
Yeah.
And it's fractured or broken or something, and it needs to be fixed. And I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And as someone who had a business for so many decades, and as you described, you kept, sort of changing your business with the marketplace and with what you found to be fun or interesting to do to make money and to have a livelihood. It's not like you weren't successful with the doing. And as you know, all the women you met in the workshop as well, they know how to do their job. They know how to be the professional and the one with the knowledge and the expertise and the education that might be necessary for different professions. That wasn't the problem.
It wasn't the problem. It was the feeling part of it. It was the joy. It was the things that would always make Anissa tick that just, it wasn't ticking anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd never experienced that. And I thought, I don't know how to fix this, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I felt sad also because it's affecting my family and
Mm,
it's just affecting all areas of my life. I mean, I literally felt a little bit like the commercial where someone's holding up the thing in front of them being like, okay, I'm trying to put on this mask today, but it's really just not working, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. And so when we started working together, Anissa, I am sure now, if this isn't true, please tell me, but I am sure that there was some thought of, is this really going to work for me? Is this really going to help me? Or
Oh, I mean, I would think that every single person that signs up has to have that thought. I mean, it's just a normal human, you know,
absolutely.
there's a little bit of doubt in anything, you know, but on the flip side of that, I'm a very hopeful, optimistic, positive person. So I'm like,
Mm,
everything that I had read and heard and experienced from you and from my clarity call and things like that, it just, there was, it was the logical answer. And I just had to place my faith in that and do the steps one step at a time, be
yes.
patient,
Yes.
listen and follow.
Yes. And as someone who has her own business, you know, being able to sort of like lean into other experts and listen and follow, which are good words. What were some of the first few things that you noticed happening inside of you that you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm back now? What? Tell us a little bit about that first part of the journey.
Feeling really exhilarated after like probably completing the first couple of modules and
Yeah.
filling out some things and going, okay, this is me, like, okay, this is totally it,
Yes.
I can do this,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always been a fan of vision boards,
Hmm.
but it was a totally different experience when I did the one
Yeah.
for kick-ass coaching.
Yeah.
And it's right outside my hall. I see it every single day before I walk into my office.
Yeah.
And I literally felt just exhilarated,
Yeah.
super excited. Like,
Hmm.
okay, I can do this. And I'm excited for what's going to unfold, even though
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what it is.
Right.
I'm excited about it.
Right. And I know as you were going through the workshop and starting to feel excited and invigorated, and sort of, I'll just say, feeling yourself again, right? Bringing your soul back alive. You start feeling like, oh, this is who I am. What began happening with your business?
Dollars were flooding in the door, is the best way to put it. In 2 months' time, I had over $50,000 fly through my door. And I know that some of you, you read some of these books and you're like, oh, right. But honestly, you have a one-on-one coach with Coach Mo and her team. You have someone that you're working with one-on-one, and those sessions were invaluable because the ideas that she gave me
Mm,
helped really make me think outside the box and go, I could do that. Yeah, we could totally do that. That would work.
yeah.
So yeah, it
Mm,
was, and it continues. I mean, I doubled the cost of my training because I know that I'm worth it. I know my expertise of 30 years is something
yes.
that
Yes.
not a lot of people have in my industry. In fact, I'm the only person in my industry doing what I'm doing.
That is amazing. And having known you for these several months and watching you really just like blossom into the full version of Anissa has been so wonderful to watch. And I am sure that your clients are getting a better product because of you. What have you noticed as far as your joy, your abilities, your capacity, like just delivering what you deliver as a business owner and helping others learn what you know and setting them up for success? What are they gaining from you?
I'm hoping they're gaining a lot of inspiration,
Hmm.
because that's really what I hope to do, is inspire stenographers to become the best that they can possibly be. And we're at a point in time where that has never been more important. And so inspiring, building them up, encouraging them, being their coach, being their leader. I actually created, one of the ideas was to create a group that met once a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And I have 100 people in that group.
That's so great.
So fun.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So they're all able to feed off of each other and learn, and you're able to keep encouraging them and keeping them growing. I mean, as you know, I'm a huge believer in the power of community. That's the basis of why I think we get such great results, is because when you're first starting out in our workshop, you're not alone anymore. Not only
Right.
do you have the experts of my coaching team and myself, but you're also with a group of women who are basically in the same exact boat, and you're no longer alone. How helpful was that for you to know that what was going on inside of you was not some strange thing that there was no hope for? I mean,
Extremely helpful, because you do feel like you're on an island by yourself and you're trying to figure out your way off, but you're looking around for all the tools and you can't find them, and you feel stranded, trapped, frustrated. And to know that other people are feeling the exact same way,
yeah,
and everyone's going to find their way a little bit differently, which is of course how it should be. We're all individuals, we all have different backgrounds and things, and goals and aspirations. And so it was definitely helpful to be in group calls and listen to other women, and where they are, and then maybe listening to where they have come, throughout the months of
yeah,
doing the coaching.
right, right. I know that that's always something that we hear from our clients when they're graduating, how valuable it was to be, we call it borrowed coaching, but to be in the room when others are getting coached on something and maybe not even think that it's applying to you, and basically getting uplifted from that experience. Um, we have sort of a magic sauce in the way that we do things in my workshop, and that's of course bringing your soul back to life and giving you tools and techniques so that the inner part of you, the best part of you, the best part of all of us, continues to shine, evolve. And I mean, in a weird way, I believe that as our soul comes back to life and as we sort of like get back online with that part of ourselves, we're almost even more comfortable in our body. It's almost like when we're not feeling happy about ourselves, we're sort of like living off to the side, and our body's over here, and our sad part of our person is like over there. And as you bring your soul back, you're like coming into your wholeness. What were some of the things that you either learned or that you had epiphanies about as you were coming into bringing your soul really alive, Anissa?
I learned that I had become complacent, and I've told Coach Mo this half a dozen times. I love the reading list.
Yes.
I have all the books on my shelf. I've read through over half of them. I'm still working my way through them. I'm a slow reader is part of the problem. I wish I was just stuck on an airplane for 7 hours. Then I would just read,
Right. Yeah.
voraciously.
Yeah.
Reading and kind of keeping everything awake and enlivened has helped a ton. And I will continue to do this because now I realize how crucial it is to my well-being to
Yes.
constantly be learning new things and working on things. And that the moment I stop, I don't ever want to go back to that place that I was, previously.
Yeah.
But now I have the tools that I can go, okay, wait, I'm starting to feel that way again. You know what? I can go back and visit this module, or I can go back and read this book that I found super inspiring that, not only inspired me, but made me laugh, and things like that. So I think, having that access and knowing that this is not something that's just a start, done, and good luck, it's not like that at all. And I still am, using the resources on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know that you have a partner in your life and family members, and I know you have friends. What's their win here?
Well, it's kind of the saying, happy wife, happy life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom. I have an awesome son. I have an awesome significant other, and he is always supportive of me, always my biggest cheerleader. But I was feeling really bad for both of them because I'm thinking they've never really seen me in this place, and I don't want them to feel like they not take care of me, but like I definitely was in a funk, and they both knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was nice to be able to work my way out of that, and for them both to say, okay, good, she's back, like it
Yes.
took a little bit, and it took a lot of patience, especially on my sweetheart's part, but I appreciate it very much, because I kept telling him, I don't know why I feel this way. Like, what more could a girl want?
Right.
Like, we have all these things, and why am I, stuck in this?
Yeah.
But that's where the gratitudes, every day listing out 10 gratitudes, and man, does that change your focus. By the time you're done with them, you're kind of like, I've got everything,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
is fabulous. I mean,
Right. And when you really live there emotionally, not just trying to talk yourself into it, but when you really live there emotionally, then other things are possible, because it's a springboard, rather than feeling like you have to convince yourself and lift yourself up and be pretending that you're feeling good. And so with that springboard, what's your life look now? Having had that springboard that you've been on for several months now.
there's so much I want to say. I don't know what to say first. um, Probably the number one thing that I have to say is that I've inspired my sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
He's taking voiceover classes now.
Oh.
He's a retired airline pilot, and he decided, people have told me enough times that I have a really good voice. And
Mhm.
so he's starting on his own, and I am like, woohoo, I'm so excited for him, because I really think this is going to be a ton of fun. But I think it's because he's watched me. Totally. It's because he's watched me,
Yes.
go out and go, I'm going to invest in myself. I want to become better. I want to be happier. And then for him to go, I think I'm going to do this. And I'm like, yes, please do. Like, I will support you 1,000%.
Yes.
So yeah, so the family is kind of taking some risks,
Uh-huh.
fun risks, I mean, obviously reasonable risks, we're not jumping off cliffs or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's definitely, have this awakening going on, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, who knows what's in the future, like my dream is that within a couple of winters, we're wintering down in Cabo, Mexico.
Nice. Why not?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Right. Right. We both were sharing a little bit earlier about aging parents, and we know that that's an added stress and strain in life. But it also reminds us to live the most full that we can while we can. And I also know that your enthusiasm and your invigoration for your business and upgrading the model of your business and what you're doing and offering and feeling more in alignment with the fact that you're at the top of the class with who you are in your industry also brought you into a studio. Tell us about that, because that to me, that's like super fun to watch you do that.
It was a lot of fun. After I completed the kick-ass coaching, I realized that I needed to do something like this. Was reinvigorated, but I needed to now up level the appearance of my business. And so I enlisted the help of a team of amazing young ladies who are very sharp with marketing and social media and all sorts of fun things, and photography.
Uh-huh.
And so we did two days together, 2 full days. I was exhausted. We did a lot of brainstorming and everything, and that resulted in I think I have content from now for the next 3 years. A lot of content, and it was a ton of fun, and I learned so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really enjoying seeing all of your upgraded work on Facebook, and the beauty of now positioning your company and attracting your clients and really feeling into that success and being able to lead other women into successful careers. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And as you've described your industry to me and what you're doing, it's one of those hidden industries,
It
unless you're,
is.
because it's not an obvious thing that people are doing,
Yes.
right?
In fact, when I would tell people I'm a stenographer, but I do closed captioning for live television, they would say, I thought it was just automatic.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no, there's someone live that's sitting there, typing every single word. So
That's so awesome. And it knowing who you are as a human is just so lovely to know that you're helping I think it's mostly women who are doing
it is.
yeah. So helping lift other women into great livelihoods that they're enjoying. I have to make a comment about the words behind you, on the door behind you: present actions create future results. And of course, that's true whether your present action is a low vibrational negative, or in the case where you're hanging out now, high vibration, high belief system, a powerful inner and outer you. What's the future look like with your present vibrational truth and present actions? What are you creating for your future as you move forward, Anissa?
I'm hoping joy. I mean, just joyfulness in everything that I'm doing every day. I've added one little thing. I forgot to tell you that for our gratitudes and brags, I add maybe a sentence of intention for the day.
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of times it's just very simple, like just to be the best I can be in that moment. And it might be a challenging moment. It might be a moment that I'm not real excited about, but what am I supposed to learn from it? Growth doesn't come without change. So therefore, bring on the change, bring on the growth, because that's how we become the best version of ourselves. I mean, it's not going to be easy necessarily, and it depends on the things that we have to overcome. But I'm truly excited about what lies ahead, and also just finally, it's been a lot of growth these last few months, a lot of change, a lot of everything, and I'm looking forward to, very soon. And I know it's starting to happen. Just kind of settling in, and embracing the work that's been done. And of course, like I said, I'm going to continue reading from the book list. I love the book list and everything else, and meeting with other people who have gone through Coach Mo's. I'm lucky to have access to other women who have gone through Coach Mo's program literally in my backyard. So we actually physically get together and do some really fun things together.
Yeah, that's really, really fun. As we wrap up here, what would you tell yourself back in November, 6 months or so ago? What would you say to her now?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just do it and don't worry. Like, don't get all in your head and get all, just sign up to work with Coach Mo, commit, do what's laid out in front of you. Like Coach Mo said, they do have the secret sauce. They do know what to do to help you. But on the flip side of that, they can't do it for you.
Right on.
So you're going to get out of this what you put into it. And I'm going to continue putting a lot into it because of the access to the materials and knowing that it kind of is always going to have my back. I'm continuing to do, coaching with Coach Mo's team. And I just feel like it's the best thing that I can do to help keep me on this awesome path.
Yes. I love it. I love seeing you shining. I love seeing you have your brilliant work continue to grow and influence others and help others. Where can people find you, Anissa, if they're like, oh my God, I want to do that? Or, oh my God, I'm a stenographer. I'd love to learn how to do that. Where can they find you and your work?
Sure. It's learntocaption.com. learntocaption.com. And I'm also happy to, direct some, I don't teach people from scratch. If you're, want to learn the steno machine from scratch, I don't teach that part. However, I have resources and recommendations of people who do that are absolutely fabulous. I work with, teaching and training existing stenographers. So, but yeah, learntocaption.com. And even if anyone just had any questions for me about my training with you, Mo, I'm happy they can reach me through my site, of course.
Super. Awesome. I've really enjoyed our time together. I've enjoyed knowing who you are now. And, I have a unique front row seat for the door that you walked in and what was going on beforehand, and to see you thriving and to hear about your lovely partner upgrading himself. And I'm sure your son feels relieved and happy watching his mom be happy and thriving. And as we're better, everyone else around us gets the win too. And that's just so beautiful. Folks, your story can be like Anissa's, because she was coachable. She was decisive. She dove in. She did the work. If your problem is that you're not thriving in your career and you're a professional woman, please take note. You too can upgrade your soul and come alive and have a career that is thriving at another level. Best way to do that is to book a call with us at mofall.com/talk. Super easy to remember. And Anissa, I'm so glad that you booked that call months ago and we were able to work together and really help elevate everything around you and everything about you. Thanks again for your time. And folks, Coach Mo at every social media outlet everywhere around, and mofall.com/talk to book your clarity call. Thank you so much, Anissa.
Thank you, Mo.